Get the fuck out of his corner, dude. Sorry.
Peter gazing in the shadow.
Oh, you look cute.
Oh, we started out with Peter gazing in the shower.
Just deep throating.
Pull it right in front of you. I'm telling you.
Okay.
At the uncomfortable
You want
level.
like,
I got you, deep throat.
you really want like probably 1.5 inches to 2, no more than like 2 inches away from your face.
All
That's
right.
where I find it the best.
In
There
love,
you
but
go.
not desperate. In
Yes.
love. Yes.
Yeah.
There it is.
Gotcha.
There
You
it
look
is.
tense.
That's that cool. I'm not used to being in love, but not desperate.
So you have it. I feel it. So wait, hold on, real quick. You're a fucking movie.
A movie
Psychic.
All
Okay.
right. Here's where I'm at. All right.
Yeah.
Recently, whenever I'm watching TV and I see movie trailers, I get this weird feeling like this shit came out last year. Why the fuck is it still like are you telling me it's still coming to theaters in 3 weeks?
Right.
Is that what you're trying to tell me? Like you've been promoting fucking the Bumblebee movie for a year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Feels like
this
the
has
same.
been going on for about a month and a half. It started which movie was it? It might have been the Bumblebee movie is when it was first started fucking with me.
Yeah.
There's another movie about a dirt bike and a dog or something. I don't remember.
Sounds like a Disney movie,
It was trying to be.
like Disney Channel movie.
It was
like-
weird.
yeah.
It was weird. I did this. Anyway, it's really fucking with me. And then the Detective Pikachu trailer comes out.
Oh shit! Is that real?
Yeah, that's
I thought that
yeah.
was a meme.
Oh.
I really did. I thought that was a
No,
meme.
that's
I
a
didn't
thing.
think that was real.
No, it's Ryan Reynolds. It's real.
No,
Holy
for reals.
shit.
For reals. But that's when it started really messing with me.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, I'm watching football, and then it hits me. About 6 or 7 months ago, I was at the Ohio Valley Mall, and I did a movie trailer survey.
Huh.
And I've seen weird fucking post-production versions of all of these trailers, where there was still like a fucking green foam block for like Pikachu.
Yeah, not CGI.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I've seen like the non-CGI versions of all these trailers.
Wow.
Nice.
So like now they're finished and the movies are getting ready to come out, and I think I'm having a stroke because I'm seeing these trailers again.
Yeah.
months and months after I
Okay.
Like, what's happening?
like I remember seeing like a Pikachu puppet with Ryan Reynolds' voice.
That's
Sometimes.
really- that's crazy.
Then it'd be a guy trying to sound like Ryan Reynolds for like a sentence.
By the way, I see no commercials anymore because I don't have cable, and I have YouTube Premium now. I don't know why they changed it from YouTube Red to YouTube Premium, but I got YouTube Premium now, and I don't know. I don't remember the last time I've seen a commercial because of it.
I see like trailers and shit all the time on Facebook.
Yeah, still
But I
like
follow-
watching
Oh yeah, I
trailers
guess
and
yeah, I
stuff.
guess I see shit like that
But I
too.
follow
but I
all
scroll
those
through
pages
it.
and
I
shit
just
too.
Yeah, I don't watch
Ooh.
trailers or anything. I scroll through. I mean, there's ad space, but yeah, I'm not really like into movies and shit like that. Really.
But you know what? The what you were saying earlier about the only things coming out now are like superhero movies and like sequels
and
remakes.
remakes.
and all this stuff. It just hit me like, how do you see movie trailers? I see almost exclusively always on my phone,
I don't see movie trailers.
like on
On my
Facebook usually.
phone,
Yeah.
on-
But it's always
Yeah,
from
YouTube.
movies like genres I'm following. So maybe it's like that's the only shit coming out now because that's the only thing anyone ever pays attention to.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
has
it's
to
because
have
like
a
I
following.
I follow like Marvel and like the MCU on
I'll tell you
Facebook
this.
and shit.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
this. I saw, I don't know if I ever said it on mic, but I don't watch superhero movies at all. Like I just can't follow it. I don't have anything wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I don't hate it. But I did see Infinity War, and like I want to see part 2. Like that was I know good movies.
That was a
when I
good-ass
see 'em.
movie.
I know
That
good
was a
movies when I
great-ass
see them.
movie, yeah.
But like I didn't like the second Iron Man at all.
No one did.
Oh no, yeah.
You're
No,
not
a lot
alone.
of people liked it. The Winter Soldier.
In
I
the
thought a lot of
MCU
people
as a
liked
whole,
that.
though.
Okay.
No, the
Yeah.
Winter Soldier. Everybody loved the Winter
Yeah,
No,
the
Soldier.
Winter
okay.
Soldier
I
is
thought that was
great.
the second Iron Man.
That's the second Captain America.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay, that's what I mean. Yeah, the second Iron Man sucked too. The first,
That's the one
I
with
didn't
Mickey
like
Rourke.
the first. I didn't like the first Iron Man either.
Oh.
I didn't like the Winter Soldier. It's just there was.
You didn't like the
it's
Winter
not-
Soldier?
Not it just
Not the
wasn't
first
for me.
Iron
That
Man
was
or
good
the
as-
Winter
It was,
Soldier.
I could tell it was a well-made movie, but it just didn't interest me.
Dude,
at
you
all.
gotta-
There was nothing in it that like grabbed my attention at all.
It's a Nazi subplot with secret agents.
No,
like-
that was the first Captain America.
No, that's
that
the
I
Winter
liked.
Soldier.
Oh, was it? Oh, I fucking couldn't pay attention to
It's,
it.
the
I was
first
not.
Captain America was
Dude,
literally battling the Nazis, but the
I'm
second
not-
one was
and
the
I'm
secret
not trying
Nazis.
to be that fucking guy that like, ooh, I don't like
Hydra.
what's because I could tell that they were well made. And it couldn't keep my attention. I don't know what it is, dude. I just fucking once you throw on a cape and start flying through the sky.
Which
I
ones
lose
did you
interest.
like?
I liked the first Captain America.
The one with
I
the
liked,
Nazis.
I fucking love those
Back in the
Batman
50s.
movies. By the way,
The what?
the Batman movies, the Dark Knight movies.
Dark Knight
Fucking
was a good
love
trilogy.
Those
Christopher
were
Nolan.
dope.
JP doesn't like. I don't.
You got to name the bad guy: Scarecrow, Bane, or fucking Joker. That's how I know. them.
I don't think
Yeah.
he's not a fan of him, but he's like a real Batman fan.
Yeah,
I like him because they
I
were
like
great
the Dark
action
Knight
movies.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Like, there were like really cool movies, but once you're starting to rely on like the lore or whatever, like I'm just so lost because I could like Breaking Bad is my favorite show of all time, and I didn't like know everyone's name till like my second or third time watching through the series.
Yeah,
Like I'm fucking bad with that stuff, and I don't know. And then I'm also more attracted to like shit that could actually happen, which probably explains why I love Breaking Bad so much. Like if I have a
like Martin
fandom-
Scorsese,
Oh, dude,
like
yeah,
that kind
Yeah,
of shit.
Yes,
Realist.
Goodfellas,
And with
like
the lore thing, that's like because the thing
even
nowadays
Cape
world
Fear's a
building
little
and all that.
wacky, but it's like if there was like this really insane guy, like I love. Just speaking of
I love Cape Fear.
Scorsese, Cape Fear with De Niro, that movie like disturbed me, and if a movie can disturb me, I'm gonna love it.
I just watched Wolf of Wall Street the other day.
That movie's fucking incredible, isn't it?
Oh,
Dude, I love that movie.
You probably like the new Joker movie then, with Joaquin Phoenix, because it's supposed to have
Yeah.
Martin Scorsese was attached as like an executive producer
Really?
or something.
Fuck it up.
I know, but it doesn't look half bad. They
Don't
probably
get your
will.
fucking hopes up,
Yeah.
man. They're gonna fuck it up.
Here's my move.
I seen it.
You guys are gonna watch it, and then you tell me what it's like. And if you guys are like, it's awesome, I'll watch it. If you guys are like, I'm not gonna watch it. That's kind of where I'm at with superhero stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
Uh,
when it
d-
comes
The
to
thing DC has though
people
is
do keep
Batman and
telling me-
Batman's villains that they actually do well, and like that's the only. thing.
and they fucked up the best Batman.
yeah, Ben Affleck was a good Batman, but they fucked it up.
We talked about this one too, like how you never got an actor that was good at Bruce Wayne and Batman. Like Christian Bale was a great Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
But he was a horrible Batman.
yeah.
And then fucking
Where Richard?
Michael Keaton was the exact opposite, where he was a great
Bruce
Batman.
Wayne, or yeah,
Great Batman, but
yeah.
a terrible fucking Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, yeah.
But like
Michael Keaton with his fish lips.
Yeah, as a Bruce Wayne, like, oh, you want to get crazy?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, with that.
But
scene
Ben
in the
Affleck
Joker.
was a great Batman and fucking Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, he was. He's a good fit. He looks like him. He's just
the fighting style.
the mold, the body type. Like,
Yeah.
like,
It was just he was perfect for it, and you fucked it up.
yeah.
That's such
By
a
trying to
shame,
rush shit too
too.
fast, but
'Cause
like,
you know
oh,
how
we gotta
many-
make him, and he gotta fight Superman.
You
and
have-
Martha.
I
blah,
wonder
blah,
how
blah.
many, and you guys would probably know. Probably a lot of people shit on Ben Affleck because that movie sucked, right? Like even though he did a good job,
Well, no,
there's probably a lot
they'll
of people
say-
that don't see
I think
that.
Everybody
praise,
complains about the same thing. Like they're fine with like the casting,
Oh, really? Okay.
but everybody bitches about the writing and the editing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like they'll put out a movie that's 3 hours and makes no fucking sense.
Yeah. And see,
Yeah.
that's why watching that movie would be a waste of time for me. Because I don't really like know. I know the basics. Like I like when I like the shit, I pay attention. Like I know Bruce Wayne's parents were killed when he's a kid,
Yeah.
and he's really rich, and that's how he becomes Batman. And then I know a little bit about the Ra's al Ghul thing from the video games.
Yeah.
Like I know a little bit about that. Like I know about random shit about the Batman video games were sick.
I never
Arkham,
played those.
Arkham Knight, and
yeah.
Arkham City, and
For
like
sure.
that shit was dope. And like the Spider-Man game was pretty fucking dope too. I don't know
Yeah.
shit about. I didn't know shit about that game. Like for as like the Black Cat lady, I thought was real. Everyone else, like, was anybody made for just that video game, or was that all to the lore? Do you know?
No, I
From
think
what
that's
you've
all
seen.
Marvel characters that
Really?
were previously
Because
made,
most
yeah.
of them I thought was like just made for the video game.
Black Cat's been before.
Like,
but
I knew
she
Black
might have
Cat-
been made for the first PlayStation video game. Honestly.
Oh, word.
Yeah,
Okay.
like-
Okay. But I
but-
do know, like, I recognized the name Black Cat. Obviously, I recognize like
Green Goblin.
there was no Green Goblin in the game.
Let's do this.
There was
How
like,
many
Vulture.
Batman villains can you name? And how many Spider-Man villains
Oh
can you
shit. Batman villains. I can name a lot because I played the fuck out of like 3 games.
name?
So probably a lot more Batman. I know Bane, obviously, Joker, the Riddler. I know more. Harley Quinn.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know about Solomon Grundy. Do you guys know about Solomon Grundy?
No.
I know Solomon Grundy. Born on a Monday, christened on a Tuesday. I don't know.
What did you
I know
do?
how made up that sounds.
What
but-
did you do? How dare you?
Shit. I'm trying to Scarecrow. But then Spider-Man, like the Vulture, the
Yeah.
Rhino, the
Yeah.
Shock Top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Shocker.
yeah.
Well, they're supposed to be
Make
doing
a
a.
hand
and
gesture.
obviously Green Goblin, the Sandman from the shitty
They're
movie.
doing something kind of cool with Spider-Man villains right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're giving them their own
Venom.
like solo movies,
Oh, okay. It's kind of like
like how Tom Hardy had his Venom movie,
yeah.
but like Spider-Man was nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just straight up Tom Hardy Venom.
I feel like you just
See,
named
I
more
want to see
Spider-Man
that
villains.
though. I
that
do
one was really good.
Venom. I know Venom.
I
Yeah,
liked
you
it.
No,
just
I
name more
definitely,
Spider-Man
dude. I
villains,
could
though.
name Ra's al Ghul. I could name more Batman villains, but I'm kind of on the spot. If I had to, like, if you gave me a day to write out a paper, I would have more Batman villains. But like
Okay.
on the spot, because Spider-Man game's so close in my brain.
Yeah.
That's
But that's
literally
definitely
it.
how you can tell the best heroes, like by their villains. How many villains can you name and shit?
Yeah.
Like
That's
think
I
so.
could yeah.
Well, it's well, what they're doing now is they're giving all of Spider-Man, well, some of Spider-Man's villains their own solo movies. I guess like
Yeah.
Jared Leto's been attached to like Morbius.
the vampire. Yeah.
I don't know Morbius.
He's a living vampire, but he's not a vampire through vampire ways. He's a vampire through science because it's Spider-Man villain.
Okay.
It always has to be about science with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I'm down with
I
that.
think
Which is
there was even
cool.
another one they were talking about, but like I'm fucking down for that. It's something different.
Yeah, but
Give
it's
me
all
some man-
Sony. It's not MCU and Marvel.
Yeah, but
That's
they
the
didn't
thing.
fuck up Venom.
Venom was weird as fuck, but it worked. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like
Tom
they
Hardy
lucked
saved the
out.
fuck out of it.
Tom Hardy did save the fuck out of it. It was like weird fucking.
Tom Hardy
thing.
and CGI being where it is now saved
Yeah.
the fuck out of that movie.
It really does
Which
because
movie?
the
What was it
CGI.
again?
Venom.
Oh yeah, no, I wanted to watch that. I
The
actually did
CGI
wanna see that.
is pretty good, but still,
it's
I don't know.
pretty
I don't know if
tits.
it's that great to watch 2 CGI blobs fight each other again. You know, like
Like
they're
on
just
like
the same monsters fighting each
like
other.
on home media, like watching it over again.
Yeah, like
I would watch it again.
it's just CGI blobs hitting each other.
But it was still really cool.
It was pretty cool. They had good jokes.
You got
They had good jokes.
You got a Venom, and it wasn't Eric Foreman from that '70s show. Like I was fucking.
I remember that.
Yeah.
shit.
I was
do
stoked
remember
on
that.
this shit. Like Tom Hardy can do no fucking wrong.
I like. See,
so-
I
Yeah,
like.
he
That's the
definitely
thing.
killed
I
it.
love Tom Hardy. I love everything that I from Bronson to that cowboy movie
To Bane.
the Moonshine Running. Yeah, Bane was dope too. Bane was dope too.
He
That
always has to
fucking-
cover
that-
his face.
That fucking voice.
Yeah.
never
What was the
catch
thing
me
with the
in
Nolan
that,
trilogy
man.
and the voices?
But I thought I
they had
found
weird
that
voices.
voice disturbing because it sounds like prim and proper, and he's an animal. You know what I mean?
That's what's fucked
Like, I
up
found-
about it. That's
what
like
I'm saying.
Hannibal
I found it
Lecter.
really
Hannibal
disturbing.
Lecter's prim and that's a
Yeah.
good thing. Prim and proper.
I didn't see the sunlight till I was already a man. Like, nah, dude.
Okay, since you put it like that. That sounds like old
True,
dude. I don't know. It fucked me up a little bit, Bane. But I mean, but I like the
his
cowboy
concept
what was
was
the
titties.
cowboy movie that
Cowboys versus aliens?
no,
no, that's
fucking goddamn bullshit James Bond.
Bullshit James Bond.
Yeah, Daniel Craig. No, Daniel Craig's an alright Bond, I guess. I don't really know. No,
I
it
can't
was
watch
it
that
was like
bullshit.
Moonshine Running. It was like the Moonshine Running family. I can't remember what it's called.
And
With Tom
aliens?
No, Tom Hardy was in it.
Okay, but what is there aliens involved?
There's no way.
Where are you getting it? You introduced
said
You
aliens.
just keep thinking cowboys and aliens. I said cowboys. You said aliens.
You just
You're
like,
fine.
started,
I'm more on the alien side.
you started chiming in with aliens, and you're like, so there isn't aliens? Motherfucker, you thought of it.
Yeah. You're
See,
the
I
one who
want
said
there to
it.
be aliens.
Yeah.
You're like real bad.
No, it's-
really into aliens right
It
now.
was him. It was
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf.
Putting a
Was
lot
in it.
putting a lot of eggs in that basket.
It was Tom Hardy, Shia LaBeouf. I don't remember. Fuck. It was really. I was drunk as shit when I watched it. It was good though. It
Tom
was
Hardy,
really good.
Shia LaBeouf.
He was really
Tom
titty-
Hardy's like the oldest brother, and they're all brothers, and they run moonshine and the law.
Oh, I know
and
what
then
you're
like
talking about. It's a
crazy
period
brother.
piece. Oh,
Yeah, that. See, what I'm
What's
trying to
that
get
name?
at though is like a lot of shit. Pretty much.
Yeah, because
anything.
Shia LaBeouf was a real dick on that movie because he took up method acting and was
Yeah.
just drunk the whole time. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
like,
still
that's
method
where he-
acting that role.
That's where he
man.
started it, though. That's where he
He
started
grew
being
a
a
rat
dick.
tail and shit.
Yeah,
He
he's
became
weird.
an oogle.
Hey, be you.
But yeah, be authentic, motherfucker. But no, what I was just trying to say is like everything I've seen Tom Hardy in, I've loved him. The fucking what's that called? The
Revenant.
no, the Drop or something like that. I think
Oh,
it's
with
called
James
The Drop.
Gandolfini.
Yeah,
Yeah, the monster movie that was pretty
that
tits.
movie's fucking incredible.
He was good in The
dude.
Revenant too.
I don't think I've seen.
I
The
haven't seen The Revenant yet.
You haven't seen the fucking Revenant?
No, I
No.
really want to.
Dude,
It looks like
Leonardo
Leonardo
DiCaprio gets
DiCaprio.
murdered by a bear.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I've
I
already
know.
seen him struggling in the cold to live in the Titanic. I don't need to see it again.
I want to see.
No,
The
not like that,
fuck,
man.
Fuck what
Not
he
like
said.
I mean,
wanna
there
see
is a
The
bear.
Revenant.
You have a point.
No, this fucking
Yeah, no,
this
it's
bear
about
fucking
other
broke
shit.
his goddamn legs, like chewed on them,
There's actually
and he crawled 20 miles through Alaska
Oh.
so
through creeks and shit.
See, that
That's
movie
actually-
just
that
makes me
is-
sound cold and feel cold. And cold and hungry.
There's Indians.
Okay, Indians.
there
Cool.
is a guy that lived that is based on.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
based on a true story or
Right.
something.
Yeah, but
Like-
I hear it's nothing like this movie, but
Yeah, like that
yeah.
son has nothing to do with it, and then he does, or
I don't
vice
think the
versa
guy.
or
I don't
something
think
weird
I
like
think
that.
in real life the guy didn't have a son, and but he did get mauled by a bear. And
yeah,
crawled through
and crawled
shit.
like 20
That
miles.
is the true part. I don't know about snow. There could have been there. I don't know.
It was
enough.
Alaska. There was snow.
Yeah.
Okay.
probably.
Well, I don't even know if it really took place in Alaska.
Yeah,
it
it was
probably
like
did.
Saskatchewan,
it probably
I
did.
believe,
Was
so.
it?
We have the fucking internet.
Yeah, we do. But I don't think the real guy had a son, and
Yeah, that
but
might
he
have been
did
what it
get
was.
fucked up by a bear and crawl through
Right.
a
I mean,
long ways.
what
and
else
then
you
he
gonna
didn't
do
kill
though?
the guy too. From my limited understanding, I'm no historian at all.
Yeah.
Fucking, I'm an alcoholic, so my memories are suspect in general.
That sounds
But
sounds
mean-
crazy and cool, but like, where's the plot there? Oh, this guy gets fucked up by a bear and crawls through the woods and
I
gets
mean, it could be
revenge,
looked at
maybe.
as an art
Like,
piece on the
On struggle?
on the testament to the human will.
Yeah,
You know,
that's a good point.
yeah.
Testament to the human will. I guess my will's not that great to watch it.
Dude, you should see Ruby watching a movie
Yeah.
because, like, you realize that she has no will to live. Like, if we're ever in a situation where it's life or death, she's gonna kill herself.
Oh.
We were
Well,
watching.
You guys could have like a
examples.
sweaty guy come in with a fucking butter knife and say, "Give me all your money. I really don't want to hurt you guys, but I will." And she'd just be like, "You might as well just kill me."
She was watching.
Easy to give up the life there.
What'd she say? It was 127 hours. She was watching
Hmm.
that movie with James Franco where he gets his arm caught in a fucking between a rock and a canyon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 127 hours. or
Yeah.
whatever.
She was like, I would have chugged that entire canteen and cut my fucking throat because I'm not dying thirsty.
Oh
That's
man.
funny.
We were watching The Martian. She was like, as soon as I would have woke up and realized I was alone, I would have took that fucking helmet off.
Yeah. Shit.
Like, yeah, she has no fucking will to live.
I mean, I feel it. Kind of respectable. Just fuck it.
Yeah.
That's a wrap.
I don't know, man. I feel like I would try everything I could. I mean, who knows
survival
until you're
instinct.
in that situation? Who knows until you're in that situation? But I feel like, I mean, there was a couple times I got locked in a trunk when I was a kid for a while.
You got
On
locked in a
accident.
fuking trunk?
On a trunk of a car on a hot summer day, yeah, for a couple hours.
This is some like Harry Potter bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
It wasn't like that. No, I was. I mean, it just. I remember my parents were cleaning out the car. My dad was like vacuuming out the car or something one day, and like we like kept putting each other in the trunk and letting each other out or whatever. And then I just put myself in the trunk. Thought someone was gonna let me out, but no one knew I went into the trunk because I was a little fucking kid.
oh man.
And I remembered like crying and pounding on it, hearing my neighbor come home. Yeah.
Oh man.
And then there was another time,
God.
but I didn't like give up. You know what I mean? Like I kept like hammering and shit. I was in there for literally a couple hours.
And someone eventually heard you hammering, or just opened the
yeah.
trunk.
Well, I don't want to give too much details because it is a little weird, but yeah, someone did eventually let me out.
Yeah. Oh man, that sounds.
Obviously, I'm here,
Jesus.
but I was like covered in sweat. I was dehydrated as fuck. Like I could barely walk when I got out.
God damn.
Yeah.
It's a little fucked up, sir.
Dude, bro, I have like.
So we want to talk about this grizzly bear mauling or
Yeah, let's
something?
talk
Or
about
do you
this
need to
grizzly
fucking
bear
work some
mauling.
shit out?
I'm cool, man.
I
I don't know. I don't know why I thought of that, but
God damn. That was dark. You okay?
yeah, dude, no, I'm fine.
All
yeah.
right. I don't know if I'm okay.
Dude, I'm
but-
still alive. Like, no, trust me. It's
No, that
I don't want to
sounds
give too much
horrible.
details, but it was just like kid stupidity. It was something that could have been horrible that wasn't. I'm fucking. You would think I'd be claustrophobic, right?
You'd think.
I'm not. Like,
Weird.
I fucking love having like 1,000 blankets on me. Like, I'm not claustrophobic. I'm far from it.
Yeah, no, that made
I'm
me
actually
think
afraid
like,
of heights, though. I don't think that has anything to do with anything, but I'm
Weird?
fucking really weirdly afraid with heights. But anyway.
All right. Back to Hugh Glass's grizzly bear mauling.
Yes.
All right, this is what really happened. Oh, that was weird. Glass and the rest of the Ashley party eventually returned to Fort Kiowa to regroup for the trip west. Andrew Henry, Ashley's partner, had joined the group, and he, along with Glass and several others, set out overland to the Yellowstone River.
Yellowstone.
Near the forks of the Grand River, near present-day Shade Hill Reservoir, Perkins County, South Dakota. While scouring for game for the expedition larder, Glass surprised and disturbed a grizzly bear with 2 cubs.
Oh, that's where he fucked up.
The bear
Yep.
charged, picked him up, bit, and lacerated his flesh, severely wounded him, and forced him to the ground. Glass nevertheless managed to kill the bear with help from his trapping party, but was left badly mauled. The men were convinced Glass would not survive his injuries. Nevertheless, they carried Glass on a litter for 2 days, but doing so greatly slowed the pace of the group's travel.
Oh,
So
okay.
fuck you.
I see where this is
Yeah.
going. They
Yeah.
probably left him for. It's like fuck it. He's dead anyway. Cut our losses.
Well,
Yeah.
Henry asked for 2 volunteers to stay with Glass until he died and then bury him. John S. Fitzgerald,
not
not to be confused with Thomas Fitzpatrick.
Who the fuck is that anyway?
I don't know.
I'm confused.
So anyway, Jedediah. Of course, there was a motherfucker named Jedediah. Of
Yeah.
course.
And a man later identified as Bridges stepped forward, and as the rest of the party moved on, began digging his grave. Later claiming that they were interrupted by attacking Arikara.
I don't know what the. Oh, that
Akira?
must be a tribe.
Arikara.
Yeah.
The pair grabbed the rifle, knife, and other equipment belonging to Glass and took flight. Fitzgerald and Bridges later caught up with the party and incorrectly reported to Ashley that Glass had died. There's a debate whether Bridges was actually famed mountain man Jeff Bridger. Despite his injuries, Glass regained consciousness but found himself
Okay.
abandoned without weapons or equipment.
Yep.
He had festering wounds, a broken leg, and deep cuts on his back that exposed his bare ribs.
Yeah.
Glass lay mutilated and alone more than 200 miles from the nearest American settlement at Fort Kiowa on the Missouri River. Glass set the broken bone in his own leg, wrapped himself in the bear hide his companions had placed over him as a shroud, and began crawling back to Fort Kiowa. To prevent gangrene, Glass allowed maggots to eat the dead, infected flesh from his wounds.
See, is this real quick? Is this the movie? Like, did it get that deep in the movie?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Keep
Yeah.
But
going.
in the movie, I bet it was more spiteful. They're like, "Fuck you, bro. You're on your own," and like,
I
sorry.
killed
yeah,
your
yeah,
son.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
that's.
Well,
that's the big
DiCaprio
thing
plays
that I
this
knew.
guy, and Tom Hardy plays the guy that fucking abandoned him.
Okay. Yeah.
He plays him as like a huge dick.
Right.
Kind of was.
Well, I mean, he carried him for 2 days, and
Dude,
like,
here's
this
the thing,
dude's
look.
ribs is showing. He's slowing us down. We're all gonna die. I don't know if he's that much of a
this
dick.
dude got mauled by a bear.
Yeah.
We're going, and they're like, "Look, stay with him until he goes." And they're digging this dude's grave, like, dude, he's going. He's fucking done for. He just got mauled by a bear. And then some Injuns come up, right? And they're like, and they're like, all right, well,
Was that
I
someone
mean,
scratching on the door?
yeah, that is someone scratching
All right,
on the
hang on.
door. But that's a little bit like, okay, fucking our perfectly healthy lives. And back then, it's all about that. Our perfectly healthy lives or, this dude who's about to be dead. There could be 3 corpses or there could be 1. I could see that's the
Right.
reality of it, which is harsh, but,
Yeah.
back
and you're
in those
literally in a
conditions, I'm
group,
sure.
so I guess group mentality is gonna take over. When
Are
you
there
have
going to
one
be 3 dead bodies, or are there going to be 1? We have the choice to make.
Right.
Got to dip. So
I'm sorry, my coyote's attacking you.
yeah,
Riley,
this is
Riley,
kind of a coyote.
down.
she's half coyote.
I like her.
Yeah,
She's awesome.
yeah, dude, that dog's awesome. But it's What are we talking about? The fucking
Yeah. Like in reality, okay, so this dude gets mauled by a bear. There's no such thing as modern medicine. Dude gets mauled by a bear.
Yeah, anybody else
it's a
is gonna
couple days
die.
later, and it's like, dude, this dude is not getting any better. Like, it's probably it. You're said to stay with him until he passes. You and your buddy are like, we might as well dig dude's grave. He's going. You're digging his grave. Bunch of Injuns come up, and they start attacking you. You have the
Injuns.
choice to make. 3 of us are going to die, or 1 of us are going to die. You run. That's very harsh, but in those conditions, I mean...
Well, they didn't.
You can't
there weren't really
really-
Indians attacking.
Well, I mean, it looks like here...
No, they claimed that's
Hold on,
why
wait. Despite his injuries...
they claimed that the Indians were attacking. That's why they left him.
Okay. Oh, I must have misheard that then. No, later claiming they were interrupted. Okay, hold up.
Claiming they were interrupting.
Okay, so yeah, okay. No, okay.
So
I
they stole his
misunderstood
shit
that
and
then.
left instead of fucking.
So they were
back.
basically like, fuck this guy.
This is taking
with the-
forever.
with the,
Yeah.
like, all right, to prevent gangrene,
So that is shitty,
Glass
then.
allowed maggots to eat the dead, infected flesh on his wounds. Was he smart or was he just a scrub?
That's smart.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty smart move.
They probably
So-
knew about gangrene a lot
Oh,
more back
fuck
then.
yeah,
Like, that was
dude.
probably more of a
True.
thing
That was like-
back then.
That was like getting AIDS now.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, I don't know what to do when I get AIDS now, though.
yeah, they didn't really know what to do about gangrene, so we're like, we'll put fucking maggots on it.
Yeah, okay.
That was
I
the
got
best
you,
they
what
can
you-
do.
I got what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so after recovering from his wounds, Glass set out again to find Fitzgerald and Bridges. He eventually traveled to Fort Henry on the Yellowstone River, but found it deserted. A note indicated that Andrew Henry and company had relocated to a new camp at the mouth of the Bighorn River. Arriving there, Glass found Bridges, but apparently forgave him because of his youth, and then re-enlisted with Ashley's company. Glass later learned that Fitzgerald had joined the Army and was stationed at Fort Atkinson in present-day Nebraska. Glass reportedly spared Fitzgerald's life because he would be killed by the Army captain for killing a soldier of the United States Army. However, the captain asked Fitzgerald return the stolen rifle to Glass, and before departing, Glass warned Fitzgerald to never leave the Army or he would still kill him. According to Yount's story, Glass also obtained $300 as a compensation.
Well,
Fuck you, dude! I fucking floated
$300.
200
$300 back then, though, let's be real,
That's
is
a-
like fucking $100,000 now.
That's true.
Well, I mean, maybe not quite that much, but it's a lot of fucking money. It's not just $300, you know.
No.
Yeah, true. But yeah, $300. You left me to die.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
kind of fuck you.
Yeah.
I don't know. $300, you could buy like a nice fucking ranch with all the house stuff, and there's no such thing as utilities back then. So, $300 you could bump up significantly, I feel, in
See-
like social scale.
Did he get his legs back and everything, or like, I don't know.
He didn't lose any legs. He set his fucking broken
He
leg.
just got fucked up. Yeah, said
I'm
it,
sure he's a
and
little
then-
crooked, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
right.
for sure, yeah,
Okay.
and some gnarly scars, but he probably got like a baller ass crib out of it. You know, because back then that's all.
Nice
That's
shit.
by
nah, dude, he's a
land.
fur trapper. He fucking spent it on booze and
Yeah.
whores.
Yeah, well, actually, funny story. I almost said that. That's
Funny
not
story,
what I
booze
meant
and
to say.
whores.
Funny story.
Want to hear a story about whores?
Yeah. No, that's what most people did back then was fur trapping. That's that and funny enough, the trade. I actually mean to
Fur
say
trapping.
funny
Are we
enough.
still
this time.
talking
Then
about
they got-
whores?
Between
Then it got-
fur,
yeah.
between fur trapping and booze trade, that's what built this country. You know, that's all there was.
Booze,
at
whores, and
first.
furs? Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
fantastic.
fur
Yeah.
trapping and booze
That's like-
was like how you made money.
That's how
back then.
Walmart started. Did you know that?
No, I mean, I'm not surprised.
I believe it.
Not really.
That's
Don't
how the big
don't
mafia
fucking
started.
don't repeat that. Sam Walton was probably not into booze, furs, and whores.
I mean, he
I mean,
probably was.
he's probably into booze, furs, and whores, but like,
He was
Who's
into
not?
selling discount shit. At
yeah,
shitty
we got
prices
the cheapest
to run
booze,
out everything
whores,
else.
and furs. Oh God.
All right. Fun fact. Bob Barker always ate a peppermint patty before the price is right so he could be minty fresh.
Fucking fresh.
Why do you have Bob
That's why he
Barker
was
facts?
always fresh.
I'm just letting you know, fool.
I appreciate it. I'm gonna be fresh. I'm gonna eat a peppermint patty.
Tell him, motherfucker, I appreciate him.
Thanks, motherfucker. I appreciate it. Oh, dude. Before this goes on any longer, Saturday, December 8th, I play a show in Aliquippa, Pennsylvania.
I'm pretty excited for that.
Yeah. So if anyone's listening to this, the Fallout Shelter in Aliquippa, it's $10. Pretty
Friday or
cool lineup.
Saturday?
You seem really,
It's a Saturday.
Okay.
you seem really, 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 really stoked about it.
I had a long day at work. And I'm drinking some beers. No, I really am excited though.
Are you
Fallout Shelter is one of my
Yeah,
favorite
bro,
places.
Saturday.
But-
You should check it out.
Fallout Shelter is one of my favorite places to play because usually shit pops off when we play there. Not all the time, but usually.
Yeah,
and
it's
then-
popped off.
Yeah. And
Fallout Shelter's badass. It's a small, like, little fucking.
The last
badass
time I
place.
played the
dope.
Fallout Shelter, I still had hair.
Damn.
That's how long ago I
Been a
fucking
minute.
played. Yeah,
But it's also
fucking-
only a 40-minute drive from my house.
yeah, it's fucking titties.
Yeah. Everywhere else I play is 2 hours or more.
Yeah, dude, I miss playing live. Like,
I-
I don't want to because I'm old, but like,
I
it'd be
couldn't.
fun.
I couldn't
Yeah.
not play live. I don't think I could ever not. I don't know why. I just like it's just such a big part of who I am.
I would have to be
it's-
fucking asked. I would never go seek it anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's. I would do it. I'm interested in it, but like, I'm over it.
I don't
definitely
have
worth the
anything else.
experience.
I don't really feel like I have anything else going for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I got friends and family and all this and that, but yeah, it's just like, and don't get me wrong, I get plenty of fulfillment from friends and family and all that, but I mean, like, the thing that like is me, that makes me me, you know what I mean? The thing I do on my own is play live, and I love to. It's a different kind of love. Like back then, I used to love it because it's like, ooh, I get to be up on stage and people look at me. You know what I mean?
I
But
still like
now
that.
it's
That's
like,
my favorite thing about it.
I actually don't really. That died a long time ago, I would say.
I don't feel like I'm looked at enough, so
Yeah. I don't know.
that's just.
I don't mind.
You know,
it.
that's why I
Look
s-
at I like it.
That's why I sit in my shed every week and
Take
talk
it.
into a microphone for the world.
Yeah. I mean, I like it.
And
Don't
those-
get me wrong, but
And
that's
those
not
wonderful,
why.
wonderful people in Sweden. I don't know why you guys are listening to this. Fucking thank you so much.
Hell yeah.
Sweden.
Motherfucker,
Sweden's
we appreciate you.
Sweden's a dope.
26% of our fucking listens come from Sweden.
Jesus. So we're Alexander
up?
Gustafsson fans and shit.
Cutie pie.
Dude, I love Gus. Gustafsson, you ignorant son of a bitch.
Oh damn
we
it,
love that
Gustafsson.
motherfucker.
Sorry.
I know how to say that shit.
Yeah, that's you hear. That's the thing too. You hear Gustafsson, Just like Bermain, well, I just said Bermain Stavern. It's actually Berman Stavern, but he's a boxer. Everyone calls him Bermain or Bermani, but it's Berman. Like
Berman
Stavern. Berman Stavern.
That's going to be my alias.
Bermain Stavern.
Right? That
I got to
sounds
show
hard
you
as
this
fuck.
video later. It's
Berman.
It's Deontay Wilder calling out the dude who had the WBC title at the time. And it was like a trainer just going, Bermain Stavern. And he like has like a rhyme and shit. It's pretty dope.
Dude, let's talk about that shit.
All right.
I don't even fucking like boxing. That was one of the best fights I've ever fucking
That was an
seen.
incredible fight, wasn't it? Like,
Dude, I am so happy that we actually paid for that one.
Yeah, dude, I got to show you some like real boxing
No
shit too.
streams
If
for
you
you?
like that, which don't
No,
get me wrong,
not
was
that
a
one.
great fight. By the way, and I just want to say this because there's actually a dude who messaged me that night that listens to the podcast, Cody. He's friends with Steve.
Hi, Cody.
Yeah, hi, Cody. He reached out to me, and Steve definitely told
We
me
appreciate
he
you.
listened. I appreciate him very much.
Appreciate it.
But he said something about like he's back into boxing for Tyson Fury. I said, dude, no doubt, like Tyson Fury's the shit. But he, we texted a little bit that night, and when I sent to you Tyson Fury won that fight, I sent it to the group chat. I meant to send that to him just because he knows I'm a Wilder fan. I know he's a Fury fan, and I'm still a Wilder fan. I'll never stop being a Wilder fan. He's the American champ. Like, well, right now though, Tyson Fury's the fucking WBC champ. He won that fight. It could have been waved off in the 12th. The way he fucking fell and the way he
Watching
was
that
laying
again,
there,
Jesus Christ.
that could have been waved off, but it wasn't. And he survived. He actually did great that round.
had-
Other than that
No,
knockdown,
he showed me
won
the
that.
replay, like
Did you
a 10-minute recap of it, and
Yeah.
it was just like, yeah.
That man getting fucking knocked.
But it went
dead.
at the end of the
Yeah.
day, it fucking went to the cords. He didn't get knocked. He fucking lasted, and I'm glad it wasn't waved off because he looked great the rest of the round.
Yeah, he fucking won the rest of the goddamn round.
He had him.
It
He
was
needed
solid.
a couple. He needed a minute to recover. After that, he was great.
He clinched.
He won.
He clinched twice for
He
about
won
40
the
seconds.
fight. He won the fight. Since it
he definitely
lasted
did
the
get
duration.
knocked the fuck out for a second or two, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
But it didn't get waved off, and he survived the rest of the round. That was at the beginning of the last round.
Yeah,
and
and
he
he came back
survived the
from
rest of the
that.
round. So you go to the scorecards. He won the fight. Deontay Wilder won 3, and if you're being really generous, 4 rounds. I had him winning this second round, and I think it was the 9th round maybe where he got the first knockdown. It was 8th, 9th, or 10th round. He got the first
It
knockdown.
was the 9th round.
So that's a 10-8 there. That's how boxing
the
is. If you
12th.
get and then the 12th, he gets a automatic 10-8 for knocking
Mm-hmm.
him down. Other than that, Tyson Fury 10-9 easy. 10-9 easy every other round. He fucking won the fight, and goddamn it, I'd rather my guy lose than to see some shit like this happen.
That's disgusting.
It's because America is starting to put all their stock since Mayweather retired. Hey, this knockout machine, Wilder, let's put all our stock.
Already
And
seen how
you
this
know what I
goes.
think it was, though, by the way? Wilder did not look like Wilder to me. The Wilder that showed up for Luis Ortiz did not show up looking like fucking Maleficent,
Yeah.
like Mike has said, for Tyson Fury. The way he's popping off at the weigh-ins like my people suffered for 400 years, he was never about that shit. I feel like he succumbed to the pressure because now really the world is watching.
Yeah.
Now people are interested. And I think he cracked under the pressure.
You think?
I didn't see. Yes, because I've seen fucking so many Wilder fights. I've seen his non-skill or whatever, and I can't argue that. But, God, watch his fight against Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz arguably is more technical than Tyson Fury. He's not as fast, though, and he's not as tall. But I didn't see that being the problem. I saw Deontay Wilder looking for the knockout. He landed 4 or 5 in the first, I'm going to say 4 rounds. He landed 3 or 4 great body shots. he should have landed 60 great body shots in the first 4 rounds.
Oh yeah,
That's
absolutely.
when I saw him come out and
I think it was
not go to the in the
No, it
first
was the
20
third-
seconds of the fight, he was trying to throw the knockout punch. In the first 10 seconds, I think it was, he was looking for the knockout punch. And it's like, dude, stop looking for that fucking highlight. You got to box and it'll come. And when he finally settled down and started boxing, and I think that was I think I'm probably wrong, but I think it was the 9th round. When he started boxing, he knocked down fucking Fury. That was the first knockdown. And then he got overzealous, tried to knock him out, blew his load, and fucking Fury started to take over again. And then he chilled out again. And he started boxing, and that was where the second knockdown came. Second knockdown came. That was a solid knockdown. God bless Fury for getting up after that. Not many men could. You know, it wasn't.
I have no idea
It
how.
wasn't okay. And that's the thing, though. That wasn't even like Wilder's cleanest punch. Like I feel like Wilder didn't show up, and people discredit his fundamentals.
You talking
and
about the
he
one
has-
in the 12th? Dude,
That's not Wilder's cleanest punch.
dude, he hit him with a fucking clean left on the chin on the way down.
Yeah, that was clean. That wasn't as clean as I've seen him throw, though. That wasn't as clean and as powerful as I've seen him throw. Look at his Arthur Spielka knockout. When he grazed the chin, but it was the perfect graze, and the dude had to go to the intensive care unit for the next week. When you see Wilder, the way he dropped Stavern in the first round in their rematch, at the end of the first round, the dude's fucking knees blew out. He fucking fell backwards so hard.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Like, Wilder can do so much more than what I saw on Saturday, and that's why I want the fucking rematch. And that's why I'm so goddamn pissed, because Wilder, it's going on his record as a draw, and he keeps his belt. No, he fucking lost. Give the belt to Fury and get fucking better. That's what he's getting robbed of a great career because they're letting him keep his fucking belt. He needs to lose the belt and know the pain that he lost, and he needs to find some
Come
real
back
fucking
and beat
trainers
that ass.
and come back and fucking be Deontay Wilder plus against Tyson Fury.
He needs to
Like,
recognize.
and I'm just saying. I'm just
Go to
saying.
wild card. Go to the wild card gym and see fucking Freddie Roach for your goddamn self.
I don't know, man. Like, watch.
Let someone sort that shit out.
Watch his Gerald Washington fight. I mean, he looked like ass in that fight, but then when he settled down and started to box him and be smart, when he knocked Gerald Washington down the first time, he was just boxing. And then he started to finish, and it worked. And that's not going to work on a guy like Tyson Fury, though. Gerald Washington isn't half the boxer that Tyson Fury is, and I'm not saying he is. But the fact that he was just so looking for the knockout, and he was so looking for the highlight, and I think he was trying to do his country proud. All this and that, but at the end of the day, like, for the sake of Tyson Fury won the fucking fight, and the winner is the winner. Fair is fucking fair. Like, if Conor walked in and didn't cheat against Khabib and knocked him out, you know what I mean? Like, I would say,
You ain't gonna
like,
be
that was a
thrilled
fair
about it,
fight.
but like,
But I'm so much happier to see a good, clean fight. Like, I love to see my guys win when I'm watching combat sports. It's a great feeling to see my guys win. But when I see my guy lose, if it's a good, clean, fair fight, yeah, it sucks. But, you know, at least it was fair. Now I know who the best
take
is.
it and learn from
Now
it.
it's not even that, but now I know who the best in the world is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have my opinions, and I see the best in the world. I mean, Tyson Fury is for sure, in my opinion, right now is the best in the world. He's the man to beat now. Now Anthony Joshua's got no excuses. And fuck, man, if Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury fight, you best believe I'm watching that shit, and you best believe I'm rooting for the Gypsy King.
oh,
Like, there's no doubt.
absolutely.
Like, I was a huge Tyson Fury fan. I'm literally rooting for Tyson Fury against anyone not named Deontay Wilder. I'm rooting for Tyson Fury.
How could you not?
I don't fucking know. Even before the mental health shit, though, I've been a huge Tyson Fury fan. Like, I watched this Klitschko fight. Him versus Steve Cunningham is one of my all-time, like, I want people to see type fights. Is him versus Steve Cunningham back in the day. That's a really great. I thought it was because he got dropped in that fight, and he came back and knocked them out. I forget what round. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but it was one of the most brutal knockouts I've seen too. It's nasty. Like,
See, my favorite thing about the whole Fury and Wilder and Fury thing, rather, is no one's talking about Anthony Joshua. Not one.
Dude, did you notice, by the way, what was that? Fucking Micah's not here. I said it about 50 times, and you might not have heard me. If Anthony Joshua isn't sitting ringside to this fight,
He's a
he's
big
a
old
scared
bitch.
little bitch. He's a scared little bitch.
Oh,
with
he's
the-
absolutely a scared little bitch.
And now the belts don't matter because he's got the rest of the belts. Deontay Wilder lost the fucking fight, and he still gets his belts. The belts don't matter.
No.
Tyson Fury's the man. He's the champion right now. Tyson Fury's fucking undefeated. Deontay Wilder is 40-1. And there should be no why. And that's the thing. Why are promoters so afraid to let their guy get a couple losses? That's gonna happen. They need the losses to get better. As a martial artist, boxing is martial arts. You know, by definition, it's martial arts. As a martial artist, you need to lose to get better. You can't fucking win all the time. You're never gonna develop. Like, look at what happened to Mike Tyson. He was just buzzsawing through everybody who wasn't an elite boxer. Anyone who wasn't an elite boxer, he was good boxers, pretty goddamn good boxers he buzzed through. But the elite, when he came against Evander Holyfield, when he came against, didn't he fight Lennox? Did he? No, he didn't. No, he fought Lennox Lewis. Yeah, he did fight Lennox Lewis. And I'm pretty sure Lennox Lewis is at least one of his losses. You know, and Buster Douglas wasn't even an elite boxer, but he was damn good and he had a lot of heart, especially that night he showed up. And, you know, but you see Mike Tyson in every single fight, as soon as the guys aren't falling down, he panics and he loses.
Yeah.
So there's a difference between a fucking fighter with heart and a fighter with great athletic skill and great power and great speed and all that. A great athlete versus a great fighter. That, I think, is the difference. Great fighter's going to keep getting up. Until they're completely out, they're going to keep coming at you.
I don't think any of it fucking... Boxing's so hard to fucking root for because it's so...
It's so corrupt,
bullshit.
but there's still so many
Yeah,
fucking incredible... There's things I see boxers do that it's like... I mean, MMA boxing is so laughable. I can't even tell you... I mean, the Diaz brothers are as close as good boxers as MMA have. But, I mean, this day and age in boxing, the shit they do is kind of funny.
Well, people like Cody Garbrandt are rewriting that fucking book.
No.
He's a pretty decent boxer, though.
No, he's not.
Really?
He's really not. He's got fast
I'll
hooks.
represent.
I mean, he got knocked out on the feet in his last two. How good of a boxer can
That's
he be?
true.
You know, and he fucking punches from his waist. Stipe is actually the best, in my opinion. Between Stipe and Robert Whittaker are probably my two favorite when it comes to pure boxing. I think they're the two best active right now.
It's been a minute since I actually sat down and watched Garbrandt's
And that's the thing, though.
But he's known for his
Stipe's-
fucking
Here's the thing.
boxing.
Stipe's I would say number 2 best boxer
shit.
in MMA that's active.
Mhm.
Diaz brothers aren't in it. And all he has is a jab and a straight pretty much.
Yeah.
And his hooks are fundamentally close. Now, if you see a Terrence Crawford fight, you'll understand what I'm talking about. And if you see a fucking Vasil Lomachenko versus Guillermo Rigondeaux, however you pronounce it, I think it's Rigondeaux. That was I think Lomachenko's last. No, it was I think 2 fights ago. Maybe his last fight 2 fights. I'm bad with shit like that, but. No, watch Lomachenko versus Rigondeaux, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. Where the MMA guys. Now, this is the thing, though. You can't do what Terrence Crawford's doing in the cage because you'll get leg kicked to fucking back, and you'll get taken down. And you'll get fucking it doesn't work because it's all. But if you're just doing pure boxing, just fists, the level that got to is incredible. Just like you'll see things in. What is it? EBIs that you're not going to see in the UFC because you can't get away with that. In the
Most
UFC.
of those fucking like leg locks and shit.
Exactly. You're not going to be able to get it. So, but it's really cool to see how far that just one specific area can go. And for me, boxing, and I've always been the type of guy to like the.
I think stuff like that gives you a deeper appreciation for mixed martial arts.
I think
where
so.
you see like
Probably.
elements of everything can be like adapted into this.
Yeah.
Like
I
you
think
can
so.
box, but you can't box like you would in a boxing match.
Put it this way. If Francis Ngannou versus Deontay Wilder happened, Deontay Wilder would fucking destroy him.
Yeah.
If Deontay Wilder went and fought DC, there's no question who's winning that fight. Like DC's ankle picking that motherfucker and humping his face.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Like it's not.
You're
going to
get strangled.
Yeah.
Can't punch me.
And
from
I
your
mean, Deontay Wilder and Ngannou in the cage. I feel like Ngannou would win because there is different things that like you can do in the cage, and it's a totally different sport.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But I think boxing, other than like Greco-Roman wrestling and shit like that, but I think boxing is like kind of the most basic form of combat sports, and MMA is the most elite. So I got both ends of the spectrum. I watch a little. I like when I see some Glory shit. Like I pay attention to Glory a little bit. You know, I watch some of those quintets and stuff like that, but I don't like follow it. Like I don't know everybody's name and stuff. I'll watch it if it's on.
Mm-hmm.
But with boxing, it's like I don't know. I really like boxing.
I know. I just perfect example is the other night just watching that butt fucking live.
Yeah, and that's why that's.
And I made the comment fucking 10 seconds before they said that. Wouldn't it be something if they really fucked them live on television?
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of what's driving everyone. That's why I can't fight for boxing anymore. Like I can't. A lot of people still argue boxing's this, boxing's that. It's like, yeah, it is all the things, but people like, I mean, that shit happens more often than any other sport, maybe. I mean, the fact that the Anthony Joshua versus Joseph Parker was another deflator for me. Like, I was really hot on Anthony Joshua for years. And I'm still a big fan of him. But God damn it, Joseph Parker, I think, got robbed because fucking the refs stopped the action every time he started getting off on Anthony. That's what it looked like to me. Maybe I should rewatch the fight. But every time Joseph Parker started to put together some significant punches, the ref would step in. Every time Anthony Joshua did, and it should have been anytime you get off on significant punches, I mean, that's boxing.
Mm-hmm.
That's great moments in boxing, but it's like he always found a reason to step in on some like technicalities. Like I don't know, like if you're against the ropes and you're shoulder rolling and you go down and someone like throws a hook and it kind of grazes the back of your head, you're not supposed to hit the back of the head, but a good ref's not going to step in and break that up because you're throwing the combination and he's moving, so it's like you're not trying to hit him in the back of the head. It's just like you're in that zone, like some shit's going to slip. But a bad referee is going to like, oh, you know, Anthony Joshua just got, and I think the commissioners are taking out all the refs and judges on the finest dining restaurants in the city.
Oh, yeah.
And they're literally the night before the fight taking them all out and paying the bill.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and you see shit like that blatant.
Yeah, we want
No,
to
that's
start.
blatant. That's constantly happening. The big promoter, is taking them all. And that's not the only thing they're doing, I'm sure. They're fucking.
Oh,
getting paid
absolutely.
And I didn't think it was sketchy that fucking Jimmy Lennon Jr. at the beginning of the main card's talking about this is brought to you by Bomb Squad Enterprises and names other things. Bomb Squad Enterprises, Deontay Wilder. And it's also a little fishy that Chris Arreola fought on the undercard. That's someone Deontay Wilder beat. And Luis Ortiz was the co-main event, although he deserved to be. I believe. No, Jarrett Hurd was. But he was on the main card, though. Luis Ortiz was on the main card, and he deserves to be because he's a hell of a boxer. He's a fucking murderous puncher, incredible technique, and a southpaw of all things. Fucking Luis Ortiz deserves to be on the main card, but it's also a little bit funny how, like, he also lost to Wilder, you know? And I don't know. The corruption aspect of boxing, that's what's breaking it up. The UFC has dirty shit, but it's nowhere near to the level of boxing. It's nowhere near that bad. And Dana White's a fucking billionaire scumbag, but as far as a billionaire scumbag goes, he's done a good job of keeping his company pretty, not totally, but pretty rid of that shit.
He's no Vince McMahon.
He's no Vince McMahon. You know, Vince McMahon, there's no chance. All right, I'm done on my boxing babbling. I don't even know if anything I said makes sense. It did in my head, but I just fucking, my mind's going a million miles a minute when I think about boxing. Just looking at pictures of De La Hoya.
No,
Are you looking for his picture when he's in like the pantyhose and the fucking heels?
I want to see it.
Oh, nice.
Have you ever seen it?
Yes.
All right. Yep, there it is.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I love it.
Oh,
That's so feminine yet masculine.
That's one of the greatest
yeah.
boxes of all time, right there.
I love it.
Now, I've wanted to do something for a long time. I wanted to do this thing where where once an episode we just fucking roast someone.
I can't roast him, man. I've seen what he's done in the ring. What's wrong with that? If he wants to wear those clothes, I don't give a fuck.
Right? Like I said, I love it, bro.
I fucking hate him. I'm mad at him right now.
Why?
Well, not because of this. This is just making me laugh. Riley, get out of the fucking garbage. I don't mind this. This is fucking funny to me. Because he's such a dirty girl.
Oh, nice.
But, dude, what he did with fucking Tito and Chuck.
Oh God. Yeah. Okay. So that's okay.
That's what I'm fucking mad about.
Yeah. I forgot about the B side of his life.
Yeah. That was fucking gross.
Yeah.
Trying to cash in on fucking those old men.
What happened?
Do you know who Chuck Liddell and Tito Ortiz are?
I mean, yes.
They just fought 2 weeks ago.
What?
Yeah. 50-year-old Chuck Liddell got knocked out off the first punch that cleanly connected.
Oh.
Chuck Liddell. Yeah, that guy with the mohawk. And the
Yeah, from 2004.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that guy just fought
same
2
one,
weeks
not
ago.
like Chuck Liddell Jr.
Yeah.
Like this guy.
Oh. Still at
Dude,
it.
he looked
Still
like
an
he
asshole.
was underwater, both with the way he had his eyes open, and because he was. Okay, you know that scene in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, where they're in the fucking grocery store, and the man found his wife again, and then her new fiance comes up to like save the day, and they both got their eyes wide open and they're blinking. And that's what that looked like. Have you ever seen Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yeah.
You know when he fights his wife's fiance?
Yeah.
That's what that fight looked like to me. One of them has their hands, fists,
Pretty much.
fingers facing forward while they're making a fist going.
Yeah.
And the
Like he's
other-
like trying to be scary like a bear.
Dude, Chuck Liddell's like right hand was like by his head, and his left hand was like awkwardly just sticking straight out. And he was like blinking fast and moving like he was underwater, just slow as shit.
Like he heard that bell and realized he's 50.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that's exactly how he fought too.
Yeah.
It was the
Yeah.
weirdest damn thing.
Dude, it was gross. It was. I mean, you got to stop the guy from himself at a certain point.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, I hate Oscar De La Hoya right now because he was trying to cash in on this shit. This should have been a clue when no one else would sign this motherfucking fight that it shouldn't have been happening. And then he shows up.
I mean, Chuck Liddell failed. Didn't he fail Nevada State Athletic Commission?
I don't know.
Type like health tests. I think
health tests. Or
I think
drug
he
tests,
failed.
or?
No health. Like
Oh.
Well,
he failed physicals in a couple states, I do believe.
Oh, wow.
He promised these
Yeah.
men like a giant fucking payday, which is all based on like pay-per-view buys. No one wants to fucking see this. I think they did like 25 or 30,000, which is fucking dismal.
That's like, I mean, a really low UFC card does about 250,000.
Oh,
that's
wow.
like a really low UFC card. This did about 30,000.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that's like,
Damn.
At a discounted price, mind
Yeah.
you. Like,
Yeah. Nobody wants to see two old guys fight. I guess.
no, not like, no. Two
No
guys
matter
way
how
past, like-
famous and
that's
you
the thing.
know,
Chuck
known they
Tito
are.
Ortiz is about 8 years younger, so he's
yeah,
a good.
he's only
but
like
he's
43.
still like 43 still. though.
Yeah.
And
Still shouldn't be doing
He
this.
was never known as a striker, and he knocked out one of the greatest strikers in UFC history. But I'm talking prime Chuck Liddell was one of the greatest strikers, at least for his time. Like, who knows how he'd hold up today? That's neither here nor there. At his time, he was like, I mean, he knocked out Tito Ortiz in the old fights, and then now they're fighting again. And Tito Ortiz, like, literally just jab cross. It was a clean punch to the chin, don't get me wrong, but the way he folded was like the way
From the
of,
jab.
Like, was like if I was like standing at a party not seeing anything and Deontay Wilder came up behind me and sucker punched me with his fucking right hand.
Just unprepared.
That's the way he folded.
Yeah.
And it's like he was in a fight and he was like saw the punch coming. That's another thing. Like if you don't, the ones that hurt people the most are the ones that don't see him. And he like saw it coming. His body could not react to it defend it. He was just not fast enough.
Well, my other fucking
Boom.
issue is there were fucking like 16 other fights on this card, and
One of them was DC's training partner. I forget his name.
I don't know, but dude,
But he did pretty good, I guess.
no one knew who the fuck they were.
Yeah.
And the biggest problem with that is Oscar De La Hoya didn't either because he couldn't fucking name one other fucking fight on this
Yeah.
card at a press conference.
Now imagine that you're the
He's
promoter
like,
for this
and
card.
the rest
yeah.
of these guys, I'm not sure who they are.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And he never said Chuck Liddell's name correctly either. He
Called
kept
him
calling
Liddell.
Chuck
What?
Liddell.
Still
Chuck Liddell versus
Really?
Tito Ortiz.
right. You can get the.
But
That's
go watch some De La Hoya highlights. By the way, I have this video to send you.
I hope he's.
Have
in
you ever heard
fishnet
of
in the
Roy
highlights,
Jones
too.
Jr.?
Yeah.
Of course, right?
Yeah.
It's Roy Jones Jr. He made a not cringy rap album for an athlete, and yeah,
Is it anything like Shaquille O'Neal's?
it's way better. It really is. I mean, it's not a great all-time rap album, but it's way better than Shaquille O'Neal's. Dude, type in
Are you
"can't
sure?
be touched." Can't be touched by Roy Jones Jr. But Roy Jones Jr. Okay, so
Oh, it's like.
here's, in my opinion,
Yeah.
the greatest boxer of all time is the clean athlete during the clean era. I mean, nobody else. Fucking argue me. If anyone hears this or any one of you two want to dispute this, I'd love to have the conversation. Greatest boxer of all time, Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, this is gonna get us fucking muted on Facebook. Fuck 'em.
But greatest boxer of the steroid era of boxing, Roy Jones Jr. Do you want to know the perfect adjective for Roy Jones Jr. highlight videos? Hard to watch. Disgusting. The way he knocks people out is not fun to watch.
I can't play it. Fuck, I'm sorry.
That's all right. No, Roy Jones Jr. is he's scary. A lot of the shit he
So
just
he's
fought
like
again at a legit 53, I think, and won against a dude who was 36.
So
Like,
like
not
he's
a
still
name
like he's
boxer
juiced to
and-
the tits though.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Like a Shannon Briggs.
No, he was went from light heavyweight to or no, he went from middleweight to light heavyweight, I believe.
Really?
He destroyed Bernard Hopkins, dude.
I
in a
can't think of his
boxing
name
match.
right now, but who is it who just like released a song after fighting?
Oh, Tyron Woodley with
Yes, with
Darren
the
Till.
podcast. Yeah.
Didn't you think the way
British
the
fuck?
hold
yeah.
on, as an outside observer, didn't Darren Till look like he was the one that the UFC was backing?
Oh, he was.
The
definitely-
UFC
they were
does
pushing
that
him.
shit.
They were pushing
It's-
him.
yeah.
Well, whoever
for
they
sure.
try to
Fucking
think is like
so
the next
annoying.
big thing.
And then
Right.
the last
But
couple
if
times
that's a
they've
new
done
market
it, it
in
fell on their
Britain,
face.
I guess I understand.
The last
like,
couple
yeah.
times it fell on their face, though. They did it with Darren Till, and he got fucked up.
Yeah.
He got outclassed in the first round, fucked up in the second round. I love Darren Till, don't get me wrong, but like it's funny how
Yeah,
they
he was-
promote. And then Francis Ngannou versus Stipe, they dump like $1 million into promoting fucking Francis Ngannou himself. They sent him to the performance center to like rate his uppercut, and I guess one of them landed. It was what was it like 130,000 psi?
It's something.
It was the
retarded.
equivalent of a Ford Escort going as fast as it can with his punch. Like that's what it was like
Damn.
scientifically rated at.
Damn.
I don't know what that means, but Stipe Miocic outboxed him and wrestle fucked him for 5 rounds.
Right?
Yeah, so it's like it's funny because every time they put all this promotion into someone, that's why I'm a little worried about
So
Izzy.
you know what that means? That means it's bullshit.
Yeah, no, dude, you can have all these gifts and God's gift to earth, but I mean, unless you got those fundamentals, man, you ain't shit. And
Yeah.
I think we learned that with Stipe versus Ngannou. I think we learned that with Darren Till versus Tyron Woodley, and I think we learned that with Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury.
Yep.
Like, you gotta have the fucking basics. You gotta have the something special to be something special.
The
Well,
If you wanna
basics in
be-
the will.
if you wanna-
the
if-
basics in the will.
Here's
going
here's
into it.
Izzy's path.
All that.
What's gonna happen is he's gonna go out there and he's gonna fucking kick Anderson Silva's head off.
Yeah.
He's gonna boot that fucking
I'm
thing
not
out
even
into the
gonna-
fucking third row.
You know, I'm usually the one to tell you, dude, don't just say shit like that. But yeah. Anderson Silva's 93.
that's exactly what the fuck is
So-
gonna happen.
Yeah. That's
And then at 4th of July, they're going to schedule him to fight a man named Robert Whitaker. And Robert Whitaker is going to beat the living fuck out of that man.
possibly.
No, Robert Whitaker is going to pull Israel's Adesanya apart. He's going to spin around and throw a back elbow, and Robert Whitaker is going to eat it and fucking break his neck.
Oh, man.
Hey, don't let my dog out. They do this every fucking time. They find some kid with something special.
Yeah.
And well, the only person that's really working out for is Khabib, and that's because they didn't. I don't feel like they really wanted it to happen.
Yeah.
Until they realized there was money to be made.
Right. It was still a market.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't think it was a market, and then it was a market.
Like they
and
knew
of course
that,
it's gonna happen with that dude. He was like wrestling bears or whatever.
Well, they knew that McGregor would fight him, so they had to get him that belt. Only problem is he's probably the best guy in that division ever. So good luck getting that fucking belt back off of him unless he fucking gives it to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that.
They got themselves into a predicament.
Yeah. Until that man turned on his 50th birthday when he feels like giving it back to you. It's like, I don't know who's going to solve that riddle, but they fucked up.
Right. They fucked up.
I'm talking about the
Whitaker and Adesanya.
I was talking about that, like how they're bringing up stars.
All I got to say is, first of all, I agree with you completely. I mean, if I had to pick, and I don't like to make picks, but if I had to pick, I got Bobby Knuckles.
Bobby Knuckles.
I got Bobby
his fucking
Knuckles.
teeth
I got
in.
Bobby Knuckles. But here's Adesanya's X factor. He had a huge career in kickboxing, and he's shown to translate it very well. His takedown defense versus Derek Brunson was good. Fuck it, but here's the thing though, like, and here's the X factor for Robert Whitaker. He's often underestimated, and I am afraid Adesanya is underestimating. Oh yeah, he stuffed Derek Brunson. He's a good wrestler. Robert Whitaker would butt fuck Derek Brunson. He
Robert
needs to
Whitaker is from
understand
a place
this.
where like everything tries to kill you.
Yeah, he's from Australia, so everything tries to kill you. in
Yeah.
The
Australia,
sun.
so- yeah,
The
everything's
sun,
trying to kill you. In Australia.
Everything outdoors.
You
Robert-
can't go outside without
Dude.
special sunscreen.
Put your
He
shoes
fucking-
on. You're
he
dead.
fucking took and held down Yoel Romero.
Yeah.
Didn't spend a whole lot of time there, but when he was there, he was beating Yoel Romero in the grappling exchanges. Yeah, you stuffed Derek Brunson's great takedowns. Isn't that motherfucker like fucking 15-8 though?
Yeah.
Like, that's not Yoel Romero. That's not Robert Whitaker. That's not the top of the middleweights. Like, and Adesanya, I got a lot of great hope for. He's got a huge future. He's fucking, the way he talks and the way he fights, he's got a huge future. And I love Israel Adesanya. I love everything about him. I love that he's trying to like bring out his blackness and like put his blackness on point and all that. Like, that's his words, not mine. But and I love everything about the dude. I think he's a great guy. I want to see good things for him, but I don't think he's ready for Bobby Knuckles.
Now here's the thing.
I really don't.
If the roles were reversed right now, and Adesanya's been sitting on this belt and knocking motherfuckers out like he has been,
Yeah.
I'd be saying the same thing about fucking Bobby Knuckles.
Yeah,
Good luck getting close enough to Israel Adesanya, and
maybe, but
because
the
I
way,
can see him as a fucking champ.
But if Robert Whitaker, the way he came up at the time he came up,
yes.
The murder, he had to fight 8 world champion level fucking fighters in the, like Jacare in his prime.
Yeah.
He demolished fucking Yoel Romero twice, which the second one's close. I really can't. I mean, I'd say that's a draw, honestly, but
Yeah.
they didn't call it a draw because Yoel Romero missed weight. But there's a whole thing there
That's
I
true,
won't get
too.
into. I won't get into it, but there's a whole thing about Derek Lewis. I just said Derek Lewis. God damn it.
Derek Brunson.
No, about Yoel Romero missing
shit.
weight. There's a whole thing there, and I won't get into it. But at the end of the day, I mean, Robert, the guys he beat and the succession that he beat these guys, and just the way, I mean, he approaches fighting. He approaches it. He's the quietest. He's not just quiet because he doesn't talk trash. Demetrius Johnson doesn't talk trash, but he's friendly and he's nice.
Yeah.
If you watch Robert Whitaker interviews, he's kind of like Sonny Liston in that way. He gives a lot of non-answers, and he doesn't really do. He does his media obligations, but he's not looking for the spotlight. And he will.
He's more interested
in
hunting crocs.
Pretty much. But he's been totally like, he will refuse any media that he has to do that severely interferes with training. You know?
He's a bad motherfucker.
But he's different. I mean, and there's the guys that are loud, there's the guys that are quiet, there's the bad guys, there's the good guys, all these guys. Oh, to make money in this business, you got to talk a lot. Robert Whitaker, his X factor is he is truly not concerned with making money. He's concerned about being the best in the world
Start
and doing
whooping
whatever
that
it
ass.
takes. Tony Ferguson's in the polar opposite of each end. He's got a little bit of trying to talk so much he's fucking cringy, but also the half insane brain that just works all the time. Robert Whittaker, in my eyes, is 100% the insane guy that is just nothing but work.
Oh yeah.
Like just nothing but work, nothing but the fight. There's no life outside of fighting. And that's what makes him so dangerous. That is the only thing he does.
Well,
He doesn't care about the money. He doesn't care about the fame. He doesn't care about, I got to sell this fight. Nah, I just got to beat this guy. That's his mindset 100%. I just got to beat this guy. That's it.
well, so what I was trying to explain to him is their methods for bringing up stars and like how they have a habit of not working out.
Yeah.
Like, and I was telling him how it kind of backfired on him with Khabib. Like how they had to get him that fucking belt so Conor could come back and fight him and win it back, and how it
I don't
just
know if
kind
it
of.
was that. I think it was.
I expected Conor. To
I
win.
think
Honestly, if Khabib got injured, say he was wrestling with DC and he blew out his knee and Tony Ferguson didn't get injured, Tony Ferguson would have fought out like Quinta. Tony Ferguson would have had the dolly thrown at him with the Mac Life guys in the building already, by the way. Let's just throw that out there. And, it would have been the same. It would have ended up being Tony versus Conor. And I have an idea of how that would have played out. The trash talking would have been a lot more heated, but I have an idea of how the fight would have played out, but who knows? Really. But I mean, it was just because Khabib was there, and he's another guy that's,
there was fan interest of it.
There was fan interest in
Well, that
Conor coming back. I mean, and this is the difference. I mean, fan interest, like real fans like you and I, yeah, I wanted to see. I mean, there were each other's anti-venom. Like,
Yeah.
there were.
I want to see that shit.
I wanted to see that too. Like, skill-wise, I wanted to see. Like, I mean, it brought it back to the old days: true grappler versus true striker. But now the 40 years advanced in the whole fight game.
Yeah.
And
The most
I was-
advanced of these two.
Don't get me
things.
wrong. That was a great matchup. That was a great fight on paper as a diehard fan and everything too. But
If both parties would have shown up.
yeah, well, I mean, I think Conor did show up, and I think he got his ass handed to him. Not saying he didn't learn from it, but I think Conor that. I hear people saying, "Oh, but Conor was gone for 2 years." There's been a lot of people gone for 2 years. I don't think that affected a guy like McGregor, and he even said he's coming back fresh.
Yeah,
I
I don't
think-
think it.
I
I don't
think when
think it
you
was
say
ring
things-
rust at all. I think it
I think
was.
when people say things like ring rust and Conor was going this and that, like now you're trying to take away from Khabib. You
No,
know what
I
mean?
don't.
Like,
I don't think it was ring rust at all. I just think he was
I
2
think he
years
got
out of this
fucked up.
fucking game.
Yeah, no, I don't think that at all. I believe he was training more consistent than a lot of people would have for his time off the sport. And I mean, like I even said it. I mean, he trained his boxing with Mayweather. For Mayweather, so his stand-up just got that much better. He
Yeah.
learned about boxing, and he looked like trash against Khabib. I think the idea of Khabib was completely in his head. It showed in the press conference.
Absolutely, that's what I was trying
And
to
it showed in the
convey.
fight. He just kept trying to overload, just like Wilder did to Fury. He just kept trying to overload and knock him out, and that didn't work. And I mean, he did land some real shots, like that fucking side knee to Khabib's fucking temple when he shot him for the one of the first takedowns, and Khabib didn't even fucking twitch.
Yeah,
I think that freaked him the fuck out. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
because he realized he was dealing with a better martial artist than him.
oh, absolutely.
And at
I
the
think
end
he
of the
learned
day,
it real
think
quick,
people-
and I think he knew it beforehand.
Not saying Conor can't come back better, because he probably will. But I mean, I and people saying like, oh, he talks but he backs it up are the same people who didn't really pay attention to his last 4 fights. And there's things I'm seeing with Conor that a lot of it, I mean, like the way he fought Eddie Alvarez didn't show up like Eddie Alvarez that night. And that's fair game because Conor gets into people's head, and that's fair game. As a fighter, that's your number one job. Don't let him get in your head. The easier said than done. People get in my head all the time. I'm not a fighter, But the Eddie Alvarez that fought Justin Gaethje versus the Eddie Alvarez that fought Conor McGregor, you could see the difference. The Jose Aldo that fought Conor McGregor versus the Jose Aldo that fought like Uriah Faber or like pretty much 100 other dudes in the featherweight division, those are two different guys as well. Vince just left, so like now I'm talking to nobody. I'm just rambling. I don't know. I think
I've heard some of those names.
yeah. I just think okay. So look, at the end of the day, I think Conor McGregor needs to stop focus on being the money fighter and be the fucking fighter.
Yeah.
I think that's the name of the game. And
when
Conor was
saying,
trying to be
all
the
the
best,
hype that he got probably just went to his head. And
it
now
came
he's just like
all the hype that he got came because
Rocky
he was
style.
out there trying to be the best in the world.
Yeah.
And it, all of his desire to be the best in the world came because of all the hype and all the money came.
Yeah.
I think it was Evander Holyfield that said it's really hard to get up at 4 a.m. and go running when you're sleeping in silk sheets.
Mm.
And I think that applies to fighters a lot.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I'm so hot on this Robert Whittaker though, because you see none of that with him. You see none of the luxury, fame, fortune.
Mm.
He's middleweight champion of the world and has done
He's in
nothing
it
but
for
barn
something
burner
more.
fights. He doesn't really talk though. He doesn't do extra interviews. He doesn't blow all his money. He's not like that. Like I don't even know if he's married. I think he is. Because maybe he said his wife before, but like he's not like, oh, this is me and this is my life story, and I fought really hard to be champion of the world, like most guys do, and there's nothing wrong with that. But Robert Whittaker, the way he looks at it is totally different than the way a lot of fighters from boxing and MMA approach it.
Mm.
So that's about an hour-long discussion on why I think Robert Whittaker is something special and might lose against Israel Adesanya. What do you think, Vince?
When are they fighting?
When are they fighting? So Israel Adesanya is fighting Anderson Silva in January, I believe.
February.
Is it February?
Yes. 334.
And
234.
Anderson Silva, don't get me wrong. I mean, Prime Anderson Silva versus Israel Adesanya right now would be a much different fight, I think. But
It'd be more even keeled.
Since Anderson Silva in his like mid to late 40s. It kind of shows you this Israel Adesanya guy is kind of the next in line to be a great striker. Likely Israel's going to win.
If
this.
Robert Whittaker didn't exist, Israel Adesanya, there's a good chance he could be the champion.
All right. Okay.
But it's kind of basically
He's
this
young.
is just a smoke. Israel Adesanya versus Anderson Silva is just a smoke show. Like that's just to show how good. It's a big name to set him up for fame. Basically,
It's also
but he's
it's
old as
also
shit,
a good
so
way
it's not
to
even a fair fight, really.
But having Anderson Silva and Israel Adesanya there that night is also a good way to make sure that when Kelvin Gastelum doesn't make weight or goes into kidney failure, one of them can step up. And no one's going to be like, oh no, why is that happening? Because that's happening the same night as that fight.
Yeah, but Israel and Robert Whittaker both denied, no, I'm not fighting Israel. If Kelvin gets sick, I'm not fighting.
But they wouldn't for the right
No,
price.
not Robert Whittaker. And that's kind of the difference. That's kind of what I'm speaking on here.
But would he fight the spider?
No. Why would you train for a short tank and then trade up last second for a long striker?
I don't know, man. I think
And
it would happen.
that's what Robert Whittaker said though. He said that in an interview somewhere in like New Zealand or Australia. No, I'm not going to train for a short tank and then switch up last second for a long fighter. I focus an entire camp on a fighter, just like Brian Ortega did. He didn't take on a fight, and I can't disrespect
But
that.
he said either way this weekend, he's fighting for a fucking championship.
Well, for the championship, yeah, but the way when Brian Ortega said that he wouldn't fight an interim guy, I can't hate that. But Robert Whittaker's already the champion. You can't strip him because the other guy got
That's
injured.
true.
So why prepare for a short, stocky wrestler and then trade up last second for a high-level striker? That's not a smart move. You can't train for that. And there's no shame in turning that down. But he said, yeah, Israel, he talked to him and they had an awkward hug or whatever. Like he realizes that, yeah, they're likely going to fight soon. But so he's waiting on him. And that, again, that's the difference between a guy like Israel and a guy like Robert Whittaker. His last 8 fights were the top murders. Last 7 to 9 fights, I'll say, were the top murderers of the middleweight division, all in their fucking prime. And he went to war and destroyed all of them. Israel Adesanya, who's he really fought, though?
Derek Brunson.
That's not that motherfucker's 15-8 or some shit.
Silva will give him a little bit of clout, though.
Yeah, but Silva's 47. So, like, really, who is Israel? No, for real, who has Israel fought in MMA? Who has he really fought?
You don't think
he had troubles?
think
Kyle
Anderson's-
Bochniak. You could argue that fight with Kyle Bochniak, I think it was a tie, because Kyle Bochniak laid on Israel the whole fight, and he could. He once he was down, he had nothing. He was getting laid on for the entire round. Robert Whittaker was able to hold down Yoel. Okay, like I mean, these are the things that like you're shooting them to the top two. So you're robbing. You think you're doing them a favor by giving them a big name in Anderson Silva, but we all know Anderson Silva's 53 and is going to get knocked out in the first round. But since he's a big name to the casual viewer, okay, it's going to give him more clout. And then you put him in there with a goddamn fucking like it's like your fucking second week in jail, and then you get sent to a federal penitentiary and you're roomed with a dude who's been there for 25 years.
I say
like that's the difference.
I say you give him fucking Kelvin after Kelvin gets spanked.
If Kelvin gets spanked, I mean Kelvin's a bad motherfucker and he's revitalized. But I mean, look at Kelvin's last 5 fights. He ain't really fought anybody either.
Yeah,
so
he
after
fucking,
Yoel Romero, I mean the middleweight division gets kind of thin. Jacare got his soul took actually by Robert Whittaker. Funny enough, he was demolishing everybody until Robert Whittaker fucking took his soul in the second round. And he was a huge underdog in that fight, and he fucking controlled him in the first round. In the second round, fucking brutally knocked him out. Like this is, but since he doesn't talk shit and he doesn't drive a Lamborghini, he talks but he backs it up. Nobody knows who the fuck he is, but he's in here committing felonies on the world's greatest fighters. He's committing felonies, and nobody knows who the fuck he is.
Straight killing these
Straight
people.
killer, dude. So, again, Israel, though, I mean, he's got a bright future. Maybe he fucking head kicks Robert Whittaker and takes him out. Like, it's the craziest sport in the world, man. You never know. But, like, if gun to my head said pick a winner, and if he wins, I won't kill you, I would say Robert Whittaker.
Absolutely.
That's
me
where
too.
I'm at. I would, if I had to say, and I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Like that's why I love this
If you're
sport.
wrong, gun to your head.
You're not going to be a fan of this sport if you get proven wrong. It's easy to like football because you can say like, oh, either Patriots or Steelers are winning the Super Bowl this year. Like that's easy to say. But like in fight sports, like you never know. Like even if it's a huge, like Buster Douglas versus Tyson, like that's a huge, and shit like that happens.
Yeah.
You never know in this fucking
It could
sport.
literally come down to a punch.
But gun to my head, Robert Whittaker. It's gonna be a good fight. I think you'll see some really cool, flashy shit from Israel. I think you'll see some heart from Robert Whittaker, but I think you're gonna see a pretty dominant performance from Robert Whittaker. I think it could go a lot like Tyron Woodley, the unsung hero, this unsung savage, versus the loud, boisterous, the UFC shoving him down your throat, Darren Till, who is also a great striker and legitimate. The motherfucker's 25. He'll be back.
Yeah.
But, like,
he'll get there someday.
Nobody pays attention to, like, what Tyron Woodley really did to the welterweight division, Like,
he fucked them all up.
Yeah, he really did. So, that's I think that's a big thing in the combat world sport. And I could be proven wrong, Again, Jose Aldo versus Conor McGregor. I would have said this. I would have talked like this about Jose Aldo, because it's like you don't know Jose Aldo, and then he got fucking sparked out in 13 seconds. So, you never know. You never know.
I love this kind of fights.
Yeah.
I love.
People always like, oh yeah, you wasted $60 on a fucking 13-second fight. First of all, there were 4 fights before that were incredible.
Yeah.
And second of all, if that happens, that's a moment in sports history that's going to be talked about forever.
It's still talked about.
Yeah,
If that fight happened right now, it doesn't go that way.
The people who are talking shit on it, it's because they don't pay attention to combat sports, but they still heard about it. That's how special it was. So you got to, even though it's a 13-second fight, it's not looked at like that. Like, oh, I paid $65 for 13 seconds. That's how some people see it, I think.
Fuck
the shit
that.
talkers. It's like, no, that's huge. Like the Francis Ngannou versus Alistair Overeem right up here. I mean, that was what, like a 45, 50-second fight. Well, maybe. No, it was probably like 2 minutes, I think. 2-3 minutes.
I can't remember, but like that was one of the most shocking things I've ever seen.
That made my heart sink to my stomach.
I thought
when
I
saw
watched a
that.
man die.
I really did. No, I'm dead fucking serious. Like, we thought this dude got murdered.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. This is, I'm sure I've showed this to you like drunk as shit, making you watch fucking fight stuff.
Yeah.
I made you watch this, I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
This dude, that dude right there, that's Francis Ngannou. Look.
Yeah.
Boom! With that uppercut. And then the follow-up.
And then the hammer fist.
Unnecessary.
Well, Francis Ngannou, he's the dude, he's from Cameroon, Africa. And from the time he was born till the time,
Slave.
about 4 years ago, he was a slave in sand mines.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen the
Yeah.
sand mine. He went back video or
Yeah,
something.
and after he lost to Stipe, he went back to the sand mines.
Yep.
You know, he just fought 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
Knocked
yeah.
the motherfucker out in 44 seconds.
Oh,
And
shit.
it was Curtis Blades, who's a legit wrestler, who was, everyone thought, oh, he's going to take down Francis and control him. Francis knocked his ass out in like 44. Well, the first big, I think it was like more like a minute-long fight, but the first punch that landed from Francis, it was 44 seconds in.
Damn.
And
He fucked him up.
yes. And he's a guy that I want to see.
That's that sand mine
Dude,
power.
you live your whole life as a slave. You don't really are aware of like arenas filled with people with all these lights and camera. Like you don't know what like video cameras look like,
Yeah.
you know, and there's all these, and you fucking as a like child was digging sand into a truck from like the bottom of a fucking like river. People were dying every day. And you just knocking out the top athletes in the world like this? Like,
Well, that's what you're gonna go do. It's
Yeah.
just like, all right, knock this dude out.
I'm gonna fucking kill this motherfucker. And that's the thing too. His dad is a legendary street fighter from Cameroon, like a bare knuckle boxer or
Oh, no
whatever.
shit.
Yeah, his dad's like, and his dad, like, there's a baby picture with Francis when he's like knee high. His dad looks just like that. Like, there's no steroids in Cameroon, and he looks just like that. He's
They
fucking
eat plantains and like
plantains and fucking like I just
Beef.
slit this cow's throat beef.
Oh man.
And that's all they're eating. And it, like, just,
That's all he eats now.
yeah, that's it. He doesn't even take protein powder.
Uh.
He's afraid that he might pop, and then people will question his body. He's never come close to popping.
Wow.
And yeah, he just eats nothing but plantains and like just random beef from Whole Foods. That's all he.
They look like they
That's all
grew
he
this
eats.
motherfucker in a lab.
Yeah, that and water. That's all this motherfucker eats.
I think he needs to go to a real gym though.
Yeah, well, he went to I don't know if it was Jackson Wink. I think it was Jackson.
Oh, did he fucking?
Yeah,
leave?
he left the performance center
Oh,
before
good.
his Derek Lewis fight.
No, I thought he left after it.
No, it was before that. He leading into it, he left.
Wait,
It was him and Michael Chiesa are training partners. If that
No.
helps. That was before the Derek Lewis fight. He was in a different camp. He might have went to another camp after that too, but he went to
Was
a
it him
named
I-
camp though.
I can't remember what I heard. Shit.
Yeah.
I forget where I went.
Well, I remember seeing those embeddeds. Him and Michael Chiesa were rolling around. Him and Michael
That's
Chiesa are
right.
like best friends, I guess, which is cool. You know, the fucking white dude with the mullet and the African slave are like best friends now. But no, I mean, that's the type of thing. Like, you can make your Rocky movies, and I fucking love Rocky. Don't get me wrong. And you can make all these movies and shit like that. But like, show me a movie that has a story as good as Francis Ngannou's life as of now. He's
Yeah.
America rich. now.
Creed.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. Like, rich
Yeah, a
kid
little
born
bit.
into like claiming his family name. That's dope. But like, literally a slave in Africa.
How'd you
Yeah.
guys feel
Like,
about the Rocky movies?
I love the Rock. Well, like 1 and 2 were great movies. 3 and 4 were fun. 5 was garbage. I didn't watch Balboa or whatever.
Yeah.
The
same
Creed,
here.
the first Creed movie, dope.
That movie was fucking.
I didn't
titties.
see the second one. I heard it was good too.
Me too.
Yeah.
I really want to see it. First
You
one,
didn't like. You thought 4 was okay.
Was that
4
the
was
Russia dude?
much better than 5.
4 was a tit.
but
Is that
4
Russia?
was like
yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
That
Drago. Are
was-
you
yeah,
kidding
that
me?
was pretty good,
3 and
for
4
sure.
were
Memorable.
good. 1 and 2 were the best though,
Yeah.
especially 1.
One
The
was
first one was the
one,
best.
right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Fucking 1 and
concussed.
2.
And
1 and
cut
2
me.
were like really good movies. 3 and 4 were fun. They were good. They weren't like all time, but they were fun. They were good.
4 was like the most classic.
Yeah, it was because it was so over the top 80s. Like he
Yeah.
has a robot that serves them and
It's
shit.
fucking
It's like,
wonderful.
I've seen shit that
Fucking
said
Dolph
it's basically
Lundgren.
Russian propaganda against.
Yes.
yeah, and it's
yeah.
like Ivan Dragoff running on a
At
treadmill,
the height
getting
of the
injected
Cold
with
War.
steroids.
Fuck yeah.
Right.
And Rocky's
It's-
not on steroids. He's just throwing trees. The fucking Sylvester Stallone was on all the juice back then.
Still on
But
all
it's
the
like,
fucking
no,
dudes.
that's because we're Americans. We just live logs and live in the snow. We don't need
America.
steroids. It was false advertising, I think.
I'll train here like a fucking
But it was a
man
good
with
Yeah,
movie,
but
though.
Russia was just cold and robotic. Like
Yeah.
they didn't have any feelings
It
or
was,
anything.
it was a good movie, though.
Kill Creed and just be like, "Grr."
Yeah, because he came out to
Smile
James
and walk
Brown,
away.
living it. You know,
If
that
he
was
dies, he
loosely,
dies.
That was
Yeah.
loosely based on that. I feel like intro was, and I don't know this for a fact, but I imagine that was based on Sugar Ray Leonard versus Roberto Duran too. Because the first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard was taking over the world. Roberto Duran was Mike Tyson before Mike Tyson. This is probably the 70s or 80s. And this is the lightweight division. Roberto Duran, this murderous puncher from Panama, just scary fucking guy. And he was the first guy to, like, you know, guys started to talk a little bit because Muhammad Ali was a thing or whatever. So they started to talk at press conference, but it's so, like, different Narcan. Man, I will whoop this guy in the ring, and you don't know. You know what I mean? Like, real archaic. Roberto Duran was like, I'm going to fuck your wife. And this is like 1975 or whatever. He's like, yeah, you watch your wife. I'm going to show her what a real man's like. Like Roberto Duran was the dude there, and he's from third world country Panama, like the bad part of Panama.
Oh, fun.
And there's like a dude, I mean, this is just side note. Dude's like from America interviewing or whatever, and there's like a cat walking down the street, and he grabbed it by the tail and slammed it against a brick wall in the middle of the interview and kept walking. Just to show how fucked up he is. Like, this is Roberto Duran and Sugar Ray Leonard, not Robinson, but Leonard. Their first fight, Roberto Duran dominates the fight. Sugar Ray Leonard's terrified. He's not throwing anything. He's like, because he wants to throw some stuff, and he lands a couple. But it's like, dude, if I fucking, like, this guy will knock me out or whatever. So he loses the fight. He goes into a depression, goes into a vacation, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And he comes back, and he just starts talking mad shit on Roberto Duran. Like, fuck you. You're not real. Like, you're just
Listen,
pretending.
boogeyman.
Yeah, listen here. Like, I'm not afraid of you because I looked under the covers, and guess what? There's nothing there. Like, you're not the blah, blah, blah. And that's what's called, the rematch is called the no Moss fight, because he's outboxing the fuck out of him, and he's like sticking his hands, doing the Ali shuffle, boxing his fucking face off. It's beautiful. So, but anyway, I think that fight might be loosely based on the thing with the Russian, just because he comes out, James, fucking blind guy, Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles sang America the Beautiful or whatever for Sugar Ray Leonard's intro. And like he came up and Ray Charles whispered into his ear, said like something like kick his ass or whatever. And it's just like, so the James Brown bringing out Apollo Creed and Rocky IV is kind of like the 80s version, I think, of that.
Kinda.
To make it look like, yeah, the Americans here. Yeah, we're going to whip some ass for America.
Woo!
But that's what makes Ivan Drago such a bad guy, because he fucking killed him.
Right.
So,
He fucking
Right.
murdered America.
yeah.
He spat in America's
Fucking
corpse.
Wolverines,
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah.
Wolverines.
Dude, I'm trying so hard to get Ruby into Patrick Swayze movies because I love
Like
the Swayze
Ghost
dog.
and shit.
No,
Red
dude, like
Dawn.
fucking Red Dawn, Point Break. I got her to watch.
I love Point Break too.
I watched that when I was younger. I really want to
Yeah,
rewatch
I
it.
watched that. I remember watching that, and my friend showed me it because it was the first movie we watched with tits in it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's
Fuck
how you
yeah.
know it's a
And
good
then my friend
movie.
was a creep, paused it, and like went up to the TV and was like groping it. I'm like, oh, all right.
Okay, kid. How
I
old
gotta
were you
go
guys?
home.
What were
I
you guys,
know,
like
like-
10 or whatever?
Yeah, 9, 10.
Some shit
something
like that,
Nice. What are you doing? I'm not here.
Yes. I was.
I bet you're not
awkward.
wearing clothes.
That was the one and only time I stayed the night at his house.
I fucking hope so.
Oh, yeah, for real. Jesus Christ.
But Point Break's a good
Wait,
movie.
did he just like go up like a 10-year-old like, look, titties? Or did he just like,
He did that, and then it slowly turned into that.
Oh, for real?
like quickly, like Theo wasn't in the room.
Yeah. 'Cause I was just
He
saying.
forgot I was there for a second.
Okay. 'Cause I was gonna say. Okay. Well, that's weird. Because like I feel like I would do that now, just random. What if I do that next time we watch? If I'm gonna watch a movie with one of you guys, and if there's titties, I'm gonna flip the table and just oh, titties.
Oh.
It was
so
already a little
hilarious.
weird for a 10-year-old to do it. It's gonna
Yeah.
be a little
What
more
about a
weird.
26?
You know what's funny?
Is that weird then?
Probably to this day, if he watches that on like TNT or anything, he probably is like, "Oh fuck!"
Right? Gets an awkward boner.
Like what? That? Why is that? Why is that a thing?
Hey,
Oh, man.
since you guys are movie buffs, and I know I talked to you about it, I don't know. Do you got Netflix?
Yeah,
Have you ever heard of this movie called Green Room?
with Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ruby watched it. I didn't.
You should watch it.
Oh yeah.
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 That movie, like, I loved it. I just watched it a couple weeks ago. I've known about it for a long time. I just watched it a couple weeks ago. I fucking loved it.
You hate movies.
Yeah, but I love that one. For real, watch Green. You'll 10 minutes in understand why I loved it. 5 minutes in, you'll understand why I loved it. But like,
I'll
it's
give it a
actually
shot.
really cool. Definitely give it a shot.
It's really cool.
It's funny
I mean,
watching.
I can
Did
tell
you
you
watch
the
it
premise in
finally?
like 1 or 2 sentences. Yeah, I watched it. I thought it
What'd
was
you-
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good. One
Could
of
you
my
see
favorite
why I
things
like
was the
this?
stuff on the background, like the white powers posters
Yeah,
and shit. Like
yep.
they were just dumb.
Yeah.
and
Did you
funny.
ever see someone else's fucking Netflix profile?
Yeah. It's
Just
Isn't it the
looking at it.
weirdest goddamn thing
Kinda
ever?
is.
Yeah.
I get self-conscious because like I logged into Netflix at my dad's
Uh-huh.
on his Fire Stick,
Uh-huh.
and now he's starting to watch Netflix through my profile doubly named D's Nuts. But he doesn't know any of that stuff. But I'm like seeing what my dad watches, and I mean he's watching like Narcos and like cool shit, but
Nice.
it's still just like I don't know. It's weird because I go on there and I'm like I didn't watch how the states got their shapes or whatever the fuck. Like, not
See, I
that
love that
specifically.
shit.
Like,
Yeah.
not that
I go
specifically,
into
but-
I go into Ruby's and it's nothing but fucking true crime, murder,
Yeah.
like cheesy horror movies. Everything's screaming and in pain.
yeah.
Is this person a murderer?
No, it's just it's what she's into. I don't know. It just fucking
Yeah.
centers her.
For whatever reason, I think that's a thing a lot of women are into, like the serial killer documentaries and the fucking
Crimes of passion.
48 hours and shit like that. Like I hear a lot of dudes talking about their old ladies like in some like killer shit, which is of making a murder.
Yeah,
or
dude, she
whatever.
fucking housed that show in like 13 hours.
No shit. Yeah.
Dude.
I never really watched it at all.
I didn't either. I watched like
Yeah.
3 episodes. I'm like, this is fucking retarded, and
Same
so are
here.
they.
I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
so he's innocent. Okay, he's not as. And it's like you're just gonna keep presenting shit. I don't know, man.
The Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode where they did that with. They
oh
were
my
trying
god,
to
making
frame
Dennis,
Dennis. Yeah.
making Dennis a murderer.
Yes.
Oh my god,
that was so great.
dude, that's. Have you ever watched Sunny?
Of course, yeah. I got into it a little bit for a while.
Dude, that's that show. I've watched every episode of that show at least 30 times.
Yeah.
Nice.
Every fucking episode.
I've watched quite a bit.
'Cause that's our like go-to, like, we need something to watch. I don't know. What do you want to watch? I don't know. Fucking throw Sunny on.
Yeah.
So like we've watched this entire series straight through. Like we got Hulu because we missed it so much,
Nice.
and I ended up falling in love with it. But which with anyone listening, get fucking Hulu. If you guys don't have Hulu,
If you're-
get fucking Hulu.
I
You
have
should watch
Hulu.
the Sorry to Bother You on Hulu. It's a
Sorry to bother you.
Yes.
Boots Riley movie. He's like a musician, but it's like his first.
Do you know?
Film.
Fun fact. Do you know who Boots Riley was with, real quick? The group,
I did know
The Coup.
The Coup.
Yes,
Yes. Okay. Yep.
Know about my shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
But have you ever watched Atlanta?
No,
You need to watch Atlanta.
dude. I use Hulu to watch like TV shows.
Atlanta's
I
on
love.
Hulu. You should watch it.
Did you ever watch I, Tonya?
No.
Y'all motherfuckers
That
ever
has Bucky
watch-
in it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it has Margot Robbie playing fucking Tanya Harding.
Yeah. White trash.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
Top 5.
What?
You guys ever watch Top 5?
Oh, Chris Rock.
Yes.
Yes.
That movie's fucking dope.
That's a good movie.
Just Hulu movies, top 5.
Really?
I hope it's still on Hulu. I want to watch it again. Actually, I was thinking about
Speaking
it
of
earlier.
fucking Chris Rock, Netflix giving Adam Sandler like his own like leash, great idea.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch any of the Netflix like Adam Sandler movies?
I watched the one
he
with
puts
David
out?
Spade.
I watched Sandy.
That was
one-
fucking
that was great.
hilarious.
That
Yeah.
was pretty good. I watched Sandy Wexler. I watched.
Yeah.
I actually really like Sandy Wexler. I didn't care for the do-over, I think it was, with like
Yeah, it was okay.
that one I wasn't into, and then there was another one, The Ridiculous Six. I was like really excited for it, and I didn't like that one.
There was another one he did with Chris Rock, and it,
Oh, I want to see that.
with the
That
wedding
actually-
one.
Yeah, that actually
it was
looked pretty
fucking
good.
fantastic.
Was that good? That actually looked really good.
Yeah,
Like,
I haven't seen that.
You could like.
I'm
He still
actually
has that
huge-
good ratio. Like for every like 5 movies he does, 3.5 of them are going to be really good.
I thought you were
actually-
going to say one of them were going to be really good.
So most people would.
No,
say.
like
Most
he's
of the
he's
haters.
rocking it at like a 70 percentile.
You know who
like,
says that?
home run?
Yeah.
Anti-Semites, Abdul Majid.
Wow.
My
Yeah.
bad.
No, some of my like favorite movies are Adam Sandler movies, like the Wedding Singer,
Dude,
and
he has
Big
some
Daddy,
great comedies.
like Happy Gilmore,
Yo,
like
Rain Over Me is one of my all-time favorite movies.
Rain,
or is it Rain on Me?
Rain.
Rain Over Me or Rain on
Rain
Me. but
Over
it's
Me, I'm pretty sure.
REIGN. Rain Over Me or Rain.
And that has
It's that movie like fucking. That's one of my all-time favorite movies. That's all. I
has
like,
War
that
Machine.
hit home for me. That movie really hit home for me.
Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to search for that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't think of his name. I'm like War Machine.
It's one of his serious movies.
That's how like I reference actors when they're in movies.
Yeah.
I'm like fucking Black Widow.
Yeah, right.
Did you guys see Punch Drunk Love?
Yeah, I
No.
watched that.
I
Punch
think
Drunk
I
Love's
did like
Incredible as well.
Yeah, it's way more serious.
I remember a blue
I
suit.
love that one. Yep.
Okay.
He wears a blue suit. Yeah. Punch Drunk Love and Rain Over Me are like two of my all-time favorite movies. But like Happy Gilmore as well is like
Classic
one of my all-time-
comedies.
Like I love
I just-
Happy Gilmore. I loved even what was it? Blended. Like I
Turn
love
your mic-
Blended.
You're literally
Sorry.
doing the thing you told Theo
Oh
not
shit!
to do.
No, I'm sorry. It got wonky on me. But Blended was dope too.
Here, bend the thing up.
This guy's.
We're having microphone troubles. Twist it. All of it. Keep twisting it. Is that entire thing down there
There
spinning?
we go. Yes.
Okay.
Well. Anyway, Blended. I really liked Blended. I liked Blended. I
was
liked
trying to
Happy
keep that
Gilmore.
vertical. There.
Blended. That Jennifer Aniston.
No, that was Just Go With It, which I liked as well.
Oh, I like
so
that one
that's Drew
too. That
Barrymore
was that
again.
was a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 50 First Dates on
50
a
First
motherfucker.
Dates. I like 50
yeah,
First
I love
Dates.
50
Yeah.
First Dates, bro.
Adam Sandler, like I'm saying, he's like
Bro,
running at
he's
like a
for real.
70% ratio.
Yeah.
I would say at
Yeah,
least,
for
yeah.
sure.
Like I didn't care for Jack and Jill was pretty trash.
I never
Yeah, that
watched
was awful.
That looked
Yeah.
horrible. I
But
never.
what was that one where he had the remote control to life?
Click.
Click.
That
Click
was a
is
good one.
That
Click
wasn't
is
bad.
fucking great. I love Click.
I love that concept.
Yeah.
Everyone's wanted that.
Yeah, and it's got a message, and it makes me choke up at the end every time.
All
Like I
of them
love
do.
Click.
All
He does
Yeah.
go to that like
Adam
make him
Sandler
laugh
has
and
a
then make him
goddamn-
cry a little. bit.
He has a
Yo,
little
Chuck
fucking
and
heart,
Larry,
man.
Chuck and
Yeah.
Larry, fuck you. I love.
Have you seen
Chuck
his
and
new
Larry.
stand-up special on Netflix?
No, I can't
I
watch that.
made it like
He's like, ooh, I got a fart in a Uber car or
so
whatever
it
the
gets-
fuck.
yeah, I
Like,
made it like 10
good.
minutes in, and I'm like,
It gets pretty good.
I don't want
I'll
to.
check it
I don't
out.
want that to ruin
It's not
it
the
for me.
greatest. Like I'm not looking for a comedy special. It's like, oh, I want to cry and reach out to my dad or something. Like
Woo! Fucking 8 Crazy Nights.
Eight
I-
Crazy
It's
Nights.
the reason for this
Yes.
season right now.
Yes,
Never
good.
watched that,
Yep.
but I want to.
Oh, it's fucking fantastic.
I know it was on Comedy Central all the time. And I think because it was literally like every winter when I was growing up was on like from like November 3rd to like March 12th. It was like 8 Crazy Nights every fucking day, like 3 times a day. And
Man, I'm
that's
about to go
I
wake
never
my kids
watched
up
it.
and we'll go watch this shit.
Dude, I will watch 8 Crazy Nights one day for sure. But yeah, I Adam Sandler's the tits, man.
Dude,
I
I'm
love
fucking
Adam Sandler.
stoked on Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
All right,
He's
dude.
my boy.
I just look back. We did like an hour and 42 minutes.
Well, shit.
That's a long one for us.
Let's just,
Nice.
let's give a moment of silence for Adam Sandler.
You fucked.
You don't love Adam Sandler the way I do.
How
I'm out of here.
dare you?
Let's get out of here. Bye.
I'm leaving. All right, everybody. We'll see you next Tuesday.